Welcome to Rollfair, a D&D podcast. Thanks so much for tuning in. Brad, you are the worst.
Now you have to introduce yourself in Spanish.
Yeah.
That's your punishment.
Say your name in Spanish.
Hola, mi nombre es...
Bienvenidos a Rollfair.
Anyway, so as always, we'll introduce ourselves. I am Devin, the Dungeon Master.
I'm Ryan playing Sethi, the Tiefling Warlock.
Yo say Brad. I don't know how to say I'm playing Arden the Wizard.
Fail. No joy.
Yeah, how you say wizard?
Yeah.
My name is Kayla. I'm playing Kaiji, the Tabaxi Pirate.
I'm Austin, playing Sheru the Turtle.
I am Ben, playing Raina, the Human Ranger.
I'm Sarah. I'm playing Asar, the Fire Genasi Sorcerer.
And we still have our guest with us.
My name's Will. I'm playing Tristan.
All right. Just Tristan.
I didn't have anything funny to say this time.
Tristan the Christian.
No, wait a minute.
No, there are no Christians in this world.
He's the first one.
The first monotheist in the whole world.
I reject your polyamory. Your polytheism. Whatever.
Almost used the wrong word there.
Yeah. I got lost what I was going with.
All right,
Polytheism.
That's the one.
so last time
We'll do
the
this.
party has arrived in Uchafu.
Bless you.
Thank you.
You waited for us.
I can't be the only one.
I'm
who
just
does this, so I
accepting
have
my
to live.
life. And they had a drinking game. Asar won. And Alton, or Sephi, got to have a conversation with his sister, who gave him a warning to be careful about trusting too much in his power.
Which he immediately dismissed.
Dismissed.
Obviously.
As younger brothers do.
Yeah, exactly. So they came down for breakfast. The party did, and in came Tethys Za, Shelkosh, and Locamus, a merchant group that they met earlier in the campaign near the Pumongo Oasis, and with them was Tristan, who they saved from the Zumaji mine. So we are picking up with Sheru, having just gone out to see the Beatles,
And Arden.
and Arden as well. He also went to go see Arden.
Oh, the Beatles.
I know.
The Beatles.
And what are you guys doing?
Have Alton and Eunice.
I assume you guys have come down at this point.
So I can introduce my companions to my sister.
You see Sheru and Arden just rushing out.
Hi, bye.
Okay, well, you might need to sit down for this, sister. This is the Magnificent Red Sands Adventuring Company. We are mercenaries, we're security guards, we're caravan guards, we are animal rescue agents. We do it all, and you, my dear sister, can get the friends and family discount. Meet Asar, she casts spells. Rainer kills stuff with whips. You saw Shuru and Arden run out. They just do whatever. They are head cases, as Kaiji says, and Kaiji is a pirate.
Indeed. I motioned to the jade stud in my ear.
Ah, yes. The Sandstorm's Revenge.
Indeed.
Probably the only capable one here, aren't you?
You'd
You
be
know,
surprised.
Rainer can hold his own. I can say that much. And Asara can talk us out of anything we get ourselves into.
And she's rich.
And Sheru gets you into stuff.
Yeah.
I'm very well endowed. I mean,
Wow.
I'm sorry, you said talk us out of anything that we get in trouble with, and my mind immediately went to the other ways she has helped us get out of trouble. You know what? I'm going to excuse myself and grovel at her feet and apologize later. I'm going to go step outside.
Sorry, I thought...
Sorry.
I misheard what you said. I thought you said, I'm very well indeed. But now I realize you were talking about Asar. So
I do like say like I'm really sorry as I walk by her. And that did not come out. I'll just later.
Just
Sorry.
stop. Yeah.
anyway,
And Altus mentioned before that she's in the Treasures of the Sand, right?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we knew that.
Okay.
But you didn't know. Oh wait, can I tell them? I can't tell them, can I?
Probably
She's a dancer.
not.
Oh.
Yes, I'm a dancer.
And we get to see her perform tonight.
Funny thing, I think everyone knew except you did.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know that you all know.
Do you need any help tonight at your performance?
And she looks at you knowingly, and she says, tonight is just a performance. So, no need for help.
That's fair. Do we get Friends of Seth discount?
You can come and watch the show on me. It's not a problem.
Ah, thank you. I haven't seen one of your shows in a long time.
If only I could, get the free discount as well.
We will kick out any vagabonds or riffraff from the show for free. We'll kill people for you. Whatever you need to do, whatever you need us to do at the show, we're happy to.
It's good to know. Good to know that I'm not just a discount.
Well, I mean, it depends on the job, right? So, I think providing security at the show is simple enough. We can do that for free. Just spread the word of the Red Sands. Let your friends and colleagues at the show know that we're for hire. We can, like I said, do it all. We just got to save the world first, and we'll get right to that.
Well, you might want to work on that elevator pitch.
We take American Express and
To Chawi Express.
to Chowie.
Put your credit in the slot.
Tristan's gonna lean over to Tethys and just go, "These guys are much weirder than I thought they were."
They're about as weird as I thought. They're good people. How are you?
Well, I mean, other than I assume most of us have the same ringing head, I think we're fine. None of us have died yet. At least not since we last saw you.
That's good.
I'm hoping that Tristan's just staring off into the distance.
Oh, I'm
About the
eyes
death
on
part.
this Krarg and this baby manticore. I'm just
So
Not
yeah, like
very unsettled.
like Seth says, animal rescue, we get cats out of trees. Motion for God.
That's not a cat.
No, it isn't. It is not a cat. And I feel fairly certain we've seen the work of some of his kind as we were traveling.
Have you?
Yes. In fact, that's why we're here. Unfortunately, we had to make a very quick trip here. We were on our way out and came back. And we were heading up to Sashgar. And we found a group of essentially mangled escapees who have lost limbs, legs, arms, etc. That looked like they were ripped off.
Escapees from where?
Well, they were traveling in the desert.
So, you say you've seen more?
No, we did not see. But what they described to us, they were still alive. We brought them here to get proper care. But what they described being attacked by is very similar to what your friend is here.
The manticore or the giant?
The giant.
Sadly, that doesn't sound
No
surprising.
offense, sir. And he just looks up from his food and then goes back to eating.
He has told us that the rest of his tribe became like that.
I'm trying to remember, was it for something they ate? Was that?
They said they found
it?
some sort of a spring of water that did this to them.
Interesting. Well, all I can say is the desert is more dangerous than it used to be. And it's always been dangerous. It's, you could die of thirst or, just heat stroke, but most of the time monsters did not roam the deserts too hot and difficult to survive. But not so much anymore. There's more. And we've spent a lot less time traveling them. Spending a lot more time going through Shoshkar and Nalia and Yabon. We just aren't going to do Northern T'Chau anymore. Tariffs are too high, and this new kingdom of Zujiri is a joke.
Well, you got that right. Anyway, sorry.
So that kingdom, Kushaku, it actually formed. It wasn't stopped.
Not from what I can tell. They're very much a kingdom now, and from what we've heard, they're out to gain power. They're out to conquer.
I guess that's something to add to our to-do list.
You see Asar and she's like visibly upset.
I mean, what do you expect? The only guy that could have died on the vine. No offense. We know this the dragon guy was the magic house. Anyway, he was trying to stop the kingdom from starting, but they killed him before he could. And then we ended up in the middle of nowhere.
Sounds like quite a tale.
It was an exciting 2 weeks.
I can imagine it was. It's been about 3 weeks since my understanding that the kingdom was formed. So it's still fragile, but hopefully something can be fixed. But
is that something you are going to look into?
No, I am just going to travel and sell my wares in Yabon and near the Ashkaki Canyons, and staying as far away from Northern T'Chau as I can.
Tethys, do you know if other merchants are also staying away?
Depends on if you are involved with Zujiri or not. But I have other merchant friends who are staying away, usually the ones that are independent. But I know Tristan here, he tries to keep up with what's been going on with the Zumaji mine. And he's heard a few rumors as well.
Oh, do tell.
No, we still need to take care of that.
Yeah, not so much from the Zumaji mine directly, although they are still at it. What I have heard is that there were some explosions inside of Nalia. Not sure what caused those explosions. Heard a whisper or something about a magic library. Went right over my head.
Tell them about. You were telling me the other day about the fears of coalition, right?
Well, yeah. There's a lot of coalition stuff going on with the kingdom of the Zujiri. It's they've driven out the guilds, and they're trying to make a deal with the mine that you guys rescued me from. They're trying to make this deal or this pact of supplying all the turquoise from that mine directly into this kingdom to kind of finance the new. I don't necessarily know if they're doing currency as turquoise now over there in that kingdom, but they're heavily related from the bits and pieces that I've been able to pick up. This Zumaji mine and the Zunjuri kingdom that's uprising here. They're trying to, I don't know, get in bed together, so to speak, and make something happen. And it's making the other kingdoms kind of nervous and on edge about it. And it's causing some stirs across those of the upper powers. But
Well, that wouldn't be a hard transition to make. The mine was always connected to Zujeri.
It makes sense why they had such a strong presence in the Pumongo Oasis, and in many other places. They have an iron grip on most of northern Tuchawa.
Yeah, well, when you pull money out of the ground as your job, again, not that hard to do.
Yes, but there could be war coming. We don't know. I imagine that the Zumaji mine and the Zujiri kingdom will be united in their war efforts. They've always been close.
What kind of army are we talking
I
about?
have no idea. This is all just hearsay and rumor at this point. It's only been a few weeks, so...
Seth, was there any sort of army? Would you live there? Any sort of standing army?
Was there? I don't.
No, there wasn't a standing
like
army. Basically, every
just...
guild was responsible of providing
Yeah,
protection
they had,
in their
they
part
had
of
their
their
own
city.
security or mercenary groups sometimes.
And you said that the guilds were driven out.
pretty much, they're not a thing anymore.
Well, I mean, driven out.
So some of the guilds are still there, those that gave in to the tariffs.
Well, the guilds are there. They just don't have the power they had. They must answer to Zujiri and Lady Netsk.
I don't know if you're familiar with their voting structure that they had, but they've gone from a democracy to a... I don't even know what you'd call it, because I just don't like it.
Well, probably some of that too. I'm assuming that anyone that was in charge of a guild that tried to kill us probably has power, and anyone that was in charge of a guild that might have supported us is probably been driven underground.
Now is the time to strike. They are weak, being freshly formed and causing better stir.
Are you referring to the six of us?
Isn't Lady Nesk aligned with your father, though?
I'm sorry, who's her father?
Oh, no one of consequence.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Of no
No,
consequence.
he lives in Nelia.
I believe you got a message from your brother about kind of what happened, if you recall.
That's right. So recently I've learned that it was not the machinations of the king that decided to bring those political envoys that we met to Kushako, and the entire district was punished for it. The king beheaded Lady Hiwa.
So is he not the bad guy anymore?
I'm not entirely sure what his plans are, but I think he realized quite quickly that he would lose a lot of popular vote if he were to support this other kingdom. Plus, it just doesn't make any sense.
So, no one here is proposing that the six of us can actually do anything.
No. Not unless we had friends in higher places.
I have friends in lower places.
That's what I was thinking.
Honestly, siege warfare, we could starve out Kushako fairly easily.
Alright.
And same thing with the Zumaji mine, that would be an easier target. And without the currency, the other things would fail. You know, then you could take the river on either side.
You sound very confident in this plan.
Well, if I had my army.
I'm sorry, you have an army?
No, not technically mine.
So you don't technically have an army?
Not technically. No.
I don't technically have an army either.
Yes.
Do I technically have an army?
Well, this is all very interesting news about your lives. Tell me more.
If we maybe did a slave uprising,
I like those.
because that would kill two birds with one stone. There's a lot of slaves in the Zumaji mine. Not a lot. Remember when we were there? They were trying to recruit you.
I'm not there.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were trying to recruit Mr. Arden. When
Right.
he could only do parlor tricks at the time. Like what kind of god would say, "Oh yes, this weak wizard, definitely we need him."
Ouch.
He's much
I
stronger
wouldn't
now.
call him weak. That was some pretty magical stuff he was doing back then. I just imagine that he would have gotten a lot more powerful.
Well, speaking of uprisings, we did set a bunch of slaves free in Kushako,
Right.
Theoretically.
but we have
We
no
think
idea
we
what happened
did.
to them.
I'm just spitballing ideas. I'm just brainstorming.
Oh, yes, Tristan. You heard about that, didn't you? But you weren't there to do anything about it. We sent that message that we were sending a bunch of slaves your way.
Yeah,
Yes.
I wasn't entirely sure how to respond to that, so...
Well, we were on our way back to Shoshker when we got it. And
Oh,
So we were going to provide the help, but then we ran into these people who desperately needed help.
I mean, first things first, of course. Which means you haven't seen this group and you don't know what's happened to them either.
Dang it. No, but as
Maybe they've all turned into goblins now.
yeah, as they're talking, you see Anazori kind of approach and says, "Oh, well, we actually saw a couple of liberators of Shoshk pass through, and you would be familiar with this group. They're kind of another liberation group for slaves based in Shoshker, and much smaller than like the Treasures of the Sand or the Sandstorm's Revenge, but they do their part and they go out to help liberate some people. But she said, yeah, we saw some of the liberators come through. We housed them for a night, and they told us that they had heard news of a group passing through the waste that was in desperate need of supply. There were about a dozen of them that went out to bring supplies and lead them to Shoshker. So
They're taking all the credit.
Yeah, Arden, did you...
Did they mention the Red Sands?
I did not hear anything about that. No.
We never said it was the Red Sand.
Yeah, we forgot to mention that when we freed them.
Well, we were kind of in disguise at the time. Oh well.
The Red Sands Liberators. We'll add that to our byline.
I wouldn't add that to our byline. It narrows your hiring pool.
The Red Sands Freedom Fighters.
Still narrows your hiring pool, but we'll work on it.
Slavers and liberators.
Gotta cover all the bases.
Well, Freedom Fighters could mean we're fighting for freedom or we're fighting freedom.
Play on words. I see. Well, sure. Whatever you desire. I'm not one for slavery myself, but anyway. But yes, we saw those the liberators pass through, and that was probably four nights ago.
Alright, well, at least that's good news from someone in some direction. Further question. We're not actually suggesting we head to Zujiri now-ish, are we? I mean, we have other...
I think, yeah, we've got a plan. I think we stick to that, because the world ending sounds a little more important than...
I will ask Mr. Shrew to send a message. Oh, shoot. Has he ever met my brother?
Of the other ones.
Not Cordova.
No, he's not the brother, he's the...
Send it to Gardovan.
Who is a good beetle? Ooh, you're a good beetle.
Yeah, I like to think that you guys are having a serious conversation and we're just playing with the Beatles.
You know, Seth, to the contrary, when Angel Lady came to Nalia, she was telling us that the world falls to some kind of a war. I mean, last time all that it took was a war like this, but then everyone got gods involved on either side with more magic and more power than they could handle, and the whole world turned to chaos. This could be the beginning of it.
You mean the Zujiri Empire? I mean, to me, it's just empires come and go.
This could be an empire's come and go. Or this could be the beginning of the end.
Could there be any connection between that and, we were going to look into what's going on with these people turning into goblins?
See, that does sound more mystical, which does sound more end of the world-ish.
And Tethys kind of looks up and is like, people turning into goblins?
Yes.
I also
Gnomes-
point to Krarg like, he's not a goblin, but there's also people turning into whatever this giant is.
I see.
Gnomes specifically. We found a group of them.
That is disturbing. Well, if you want my opinion, not that you do, I think that's more important than some petty kingdom.
I mean, you're not wrong.
But Asar was right. If we can send a message to her brother, maybe he can go and do something on that front.
Yeah?
Well, I've also heard rumors of problems down in the south. I'm assuming that's where you're from, Chandelier City, if I remember right.
That's right.
Yes, but
What sort of problems?
Conflict between the different city-states. The Order of the Qatari Mungi, the church down there, and at this you hear Shelkosh kind of hiss. If you recall, she studied there. He says, well, from what Shelkosh has gathered, from some of her friends still down in that area, the Order is looking for something. And we're not 100% sure what, but I know they've been working with many of their contacts there, and conflict is brewing among the city-states, among some of the organizations. There are some issues in Latigo with those who have taken that land. I imagine that Chandelier City is maybe on edge, preparing for war, and there's just a lot of rumors and whispers. Nothing certain yet, but it sounds like the continent is preparing for a conflict.
Not entirely surprised. It's been a dialogue in my city-state for quite a while.
I know the Order, and Shelkosh speaks up. And, well, what Tethys says is true. I mean, it's all hearsay at this point. I mean, I haven't been able to check the truth, but from what I've heard, the Order is sending more and more of their agents to the west, along the that is not the map I want. There we go. They're sending them west into the Imdiza Savannah and the Coxada Desert, even into the Kungiri coast in some cases. But not sure exactly what they're looking for. I know some of my colleagues even said somewhere in the Kataka Wastes recently. But,
That's where we're going, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so they're going west to the savannah, the desert, the coast, and the waste?
Yeah, so the Kataka Wastes, the Kakazeta Desert, the Kungiri Coast, and the Undiza Savannah.
The coast, is that the east or west?
South.
South coast.
Southwest-ish from where we are, isn't it? Or is it
It's
directly south?
mostly directly south. A little bit southwest, but mostly directly south.
Which order is that?
The Order of the Qatari Mungi, that's like the central church of Germani.
If I recall correctly, that's the order that sacked Latigo.
Remind me, Rainer, the white something.
They are the
Silver Cloud.
The Coven of the Silver Cloud.
That's what it was. So the Coven of the Silver Cloud is technically who sacked Latigo, but they have often aligned themselves with the Order.
What are they looking for?
Can I do a history check? What would possibly be in those areas that would be of interest to this group?
Okay. Go ahead and make a history check.
Guidance!
Grab those dice aggressively, it'll help.
Yes! Okay, so that's 17...
Dirty 20!
Dirty 20, nice. So there's several things that could be in these areas. The Coxada Desert, based on what you've read recently, was the site of one of the largest battles of the Pantheonic War. The Mdiza Savannah overlooks the Pit of Selbarak and Mashingu's Triumph, as well as the Kungiri Coast. That also rests, a large part of it rests on Mashingu's Triumph. And lots of ancient war and history there. So there could be any number of things they're looking for, but most likely, from what you know, probably some sort of ancient relic or power. The Kataka Waste, you're not sure what.
If the
I see what you're doing there. The Kataka Waste, you're not entirely sure why they would be searching there. That hasn't had much play in history.
I relay this information to the team.
It seems they're obviously searching for something. Some sort of ancient relic.
Ancient relic of what nature? Of Krark nature?
I'm not sure.
Something that gives them more power.
Well, I guess you can assume that.
Side note, did anyone notice Sheru wearing the armor?
What's your passive perceptions?
Nope.
You did not. Only Kaiji knows the secret. It's a secret. It's safe.
Is he cursed? Did you get
I
cursed?
rolled for the morning.
Oh,
I was fine.
Thanks for remembering.
Yeah.
Thanks for the memories.
You know they weren't that great.
Are you wearing the amulet too?
Oh
Like
yeah.
you, but better.
I have the ammo and the armor.
This should be fun. Well, so this is really interesting news, but Rainer, you've been really quiet. Do you think this changes our plan at all? at
Because
this
I'm
point?
not there. I walked
Shoot.
out.
He walked
Oh,
out.
sure.
I walked
thought you
out.
were still there.
I'm over in like the market, and I'm like, just there's like some like random like street urchin kid, and I've just been rambling on for the last like 10 minutes. Or so. I'm just like, and I just don't get why I do it. I kind of like it, but I'm not sure how to like react to it. And like, I mean,
This kid,
I'm actually an idiot, aren't I?
this kid looks up at you and he's like, "Would you like me to shine your shoes?"
Sure. And I'd flip him a silver.
It's actually 3.
Prices have gone up since I was a street urchin. Here you go. Yeah, no, I'll give him the 3 silver.
Okay, so he starts shining your shoes.
Yeah, I give him 5.
Well, you probably are an idiot. He's like 10. And he's like, yeah, I don't know much about girls or women or any of this stuff, but...
You tried hitting her?
Pulling her hair.
Typical like little kid. But, I mean, have you ever tried just talking to her?
You don't talk to the person you like.
You don't?
Then they know that you like them, and then that could cause all sorts of other problems if things don't go right.
Power dynamic.
Still shining your shoes. Shows you how much I know, but can't help you. You're on your own.
Yeah, shut up.
Get your other shoe done.
Thank you.
I think I need a tip now.
Yeah, here's a tip.
You hear him walking away.
Here's a gold.
Man, I like
Wow.
scraped a ton out of this guy. Thank you. Come back anytime.
Don't worry about it.
Good luck with your girl.
I was poor once. God, I'm an idiot, aren't I? And a jerk.
So,
I hate it when kids are right.
so as we leave Raynor to his self-destructive thoughts, we are going to end the session there and pick up with what happens next time. Thanks for listening.
Hello? Is this on? Hi. If you like listening to Royale, check us out on Facebook and Instagram. We'd love to hear from you. I always love hearing from you. Also, check out our merch store at royale.com. .com.